It's that time again. This is going to be my last hangout for an indeterminate period of time. So I'm going to make it a good one. And the reason I'm taking a break is I want to focus on fixing the errors on the Book of the Sun, to republish it, and then work on the map to include the magnetic declination, the tidal nodes, and the angles to the sun on the azimuth and elevation, and the moon. That's right, and other incidentals. I will also point out with the map, having had readings taken from a flight from Sydney to Auckland and from Auckland to Sydney, that New Zealand is farther north than it is described on the globes and on the flat Earth maps, which are just the globe converted to, a flat surface. The closest map to reality is the one you're seeing on your screen right now, and it's verifiable. But like I say, the New Zealand you're seeing there should be farther north. In the new map, everything is open to correction. Let's not pretend we're all perfect. It's farther north. It's where it is in the real world. Taking the flight headings with the magnetic declination into consideration. So I will show all of that when I come back. First, also I will have a series of tests and observations. But first I'll take a break, do the book, and then get on for the map, and then get on. The map's done, by the way. It's just tedious plotting of declination and whatnot. And then I will write the second book. But before finishing the second book, I will come back with the observations. Now, let me get to my window where I have to juggle things. Display capture, this is the one. Greetings everyone in chat, by the way. First off, for the Globe Believers, I'm sorry Globe Believers, look, you need to get together with some friends of yours and you need to draw a map that works. Okay? So, yes, the only flat Earth map is the one that you've just seen, or the other maps are globe maps, and, well, given that they're globe maps, they're also wrong. What you're seeing here is a ship, the HMS XO0. Can you see how it's in Antarctica? It's not on the coast of Antarctica, it's in Antarctica. At the bottom of the frame, to your bottom left, you have a key. That's approximately 200 kilometers? No, about 150 miles away from the coast. This ship here. Let's check with the other tracker. There it is there. Okay, see? Okay. The reason I say you might want to get together with some globelings who can draw and who can think, and collaborate with them to draw a map of the Earth according to your globe. The flat Earth one is done. It was done by yours truly. Look, here you have one version of your globe maps Antarctica, and here you have another version of your globe maps Antarctica. In both of them, when a ship is a certain distance from, the satellites that are giving positioning, if it's at that distance, it's here. If it's here, it's actually walked onto Antarctica. Can you see? Now, obviously, the Globe Believers, you know that ships can't walk onto land. And that's a rather big ship, by the way. And big ships also, can't walk onto land. Let's not be silly, okay? This ship, if we look at the details, you see it's a rather large ship. 423 meters long by 51 meters wide. That's a rather large ship, like I just said. According to your globe, that ship is in Antarctica. Now, if we go back to my map, where is it now? Just give me a second. Let's move this one up and move this one up. Now, you see how on this map, that ship would be a distance away from the nearest tracking satellite balloons and still be in the water. Can you see? So we're going to look on Google Earth, see where that ship is right now. Okay? Okay. Let's look at Google Earth. That ship, if you bother checking the details, is at 71 degrees south, 0 degrees east. That's here. Can you see where I've got the little blue dab? Oh, look at the bottom of your screen. Okay, as I hover over, watch. 71 south. Can you see how that ship is on the mainland of Antarctica, according to your globe? Now, if you bother looking at my map and the longitudes, you see that the longitudes on my map are curved. This would be, well, the GMT longitude, the main longitude, okay, and that's curved. Taking it, well, let me show you. Let me show you. Let's do this again. Now, unless your globe has land, that's sometimes ocean and sometimes land, sometimes continent and sometimes ocean, you know, it doesn't really work very well. My longitudes are curved. That brings it to around the 5 o'clock position, that ship, on that longitude. If you had to draw a line from the centre, from the north, it would be at around the 5 o'clock position in the water. That's right, folks. Not on the land map, not on the Antarctic land, sillies. So, Globelings, I suggest you get together with some, well, Globelings who can draw, and I suggest you redraw your globe. Okay? Right. Now, we've just seen that Radar Live, which tracks flights and ships, has placed this ship, which obviously has to have a certain distance from the devices that are doing all the tracking. It's placed it within the landmass of Antarctica. We've also seen that when we compare one system's Antarctica with another system's Antarctica, we have this very peculiar difference. This rather drastic difference, because you see, this is one Antarctica, see, and this is the other Antarctica. Can you see? Compare and contrast, like I did yesterday. Jolly good. I can close these now, and I will. Now, this is the Catharsis II, 22 meters long, that's 72 feet. This is the Cutty Sark, 212 feet. Very good. And this is the trading network Elia Perusa, which is Fedor Kunyakov's yacht, 85 feet. Neither 72 nor 85 are small yachts. They're not as large as an 1800s cargo ship, but again, it doesn't carry 900 tons of weight. You understand how something that's heavier might take a bit more force to move it? Okay, so now I can close these. See, the problem with the globe is not just it doesn't actually have a map that works. It can't give you the correct distances between places, neither on the land, okay, nor across the oceans. That's a problem. And let me go back to Google Earth. Where are you, Google Earth? Here you are. Okay. I have plotted the route. I'm going to do this again. I've plotted the route of the Cutty Sark from London to Sydney and back to London. I've plotted the route around Antarctica below the 62nd latitude, apart from here, okay? That was the Catharsis 2. I'm not going to bother going over Fyodor Kunyakov's again. I've done that so many times. This distance around Antarctica shows, when you break it down to speed, a ridiculously slow speed. And that's a very small distance at a very ridiculous speed. These distances are longer, but also at a very slow speed, much slower than the captain of the Cutty Sark logged when using the real world, not satellite data that's gone through a computer to give the reading that's appropriate for the globe, but instead the real world and real miles or nautical miles. Okay, so when he was logging the speed, he was logging a speed of more than 300 miles a day from Cape Horn, which is down here, to London. Okay? It took 50 days to go from here to London. Now, if we just simply take, and we'll do this just rule of thumb, okay? We will just measure now, whenever it appears, what distance that would have been. And that's what the captain said, okay? According to the captain. Come on, whenever you like. Where are you? I'm having to look for the thing. Come on, where are you? Oh, here it is. Silly me. Okay. From here, we're just going to go across to London in as much of a straight line as possible. Like so. And, oh, for some reason it's not giving us the miles. Let's clear that. Clear. Okay. And do it again. From here, Cape Horn, up to London. For goodness sake, why is it not giving me the miles? It's not giving me the distance. It's almost like somebody's tampering with the whole thing. Clear. Fine. You'll see that, well, it's ridiculous. I mean, the distance that the globe says is ridiculous. The speed the globe says is ridiculous. The reality is different to what the globe says. The reality can be verified, tested, checked, observed, tabulated, computed, and reported. It can be shown to other people. So, okay, let me close that and let me open it again. Maybe now it will show distance. Yeah, there you go, it's working. Okay. London to, oh, for God's sake. Okay. Grab the path tool, Cape Horn to London, and we'll use the calculator. Mathematics is a wonderful thing when done correctly, but you also have the fantasy math, you know, off the globe. Okay, 8,500 miles. Right, 70 days, let's pull up the calculator. Sorry, 50 days. So 50 days times 300 miles a day equals 15,000. Sorry, what did the globe say? 8,500. Well, the captain said more than 300 miles a day from Cape Horn to London. But the globe says 8,500. So let's look at what 300 miles a day breaks down to in hours. 12.5 miles an hour. That's 300 miles a day. The captain said we logged more than 300 miles, but we'll go with 12.5. Very good. Now we'll go and we'll divide 8,500 by 50 days. Divide by 50 days. Remember, the captain said 300 miles a day. The globe says no, 170. You were wrong, captain. No, you're wrong. The globe is correct. And what does that break down to per hour? 7 miles an hour. Huh. Good Lord. It doesn't quite work, does it, the globe? No, it doesn't. Now let's go back to this. You see that creature that looks like Bigfoot? Watch, I'll play a little bit. Oh, it looks like Bigfoot. That's Fedor. Fedor is not a midget. That's a rather large yacht. Of course it is. It's a racing yacht. And although we're not going to trace his route again, we're using this as an example. That's a racing yacht. This was the end of the race. This is not when he's going at his fastest. In fact, you could say this is when he's at his most fatigued after 102 days at sea alone, non-stop. So we're going to look at this. We'll come back to the 72-day circle of 10,000 nautical miles. We'll see what Google Earth says. I'll give you a hint. It's not 10,180 nautical miles. Now, first, we're going to look here. Oh, no, we're going to put that to the side. We're going to look here. We know the size of the Catharsis II. This is the Catharsis II we're about to see. Now, in this report, which I will play after I've shown this, and you can play along with me. You can join in with me, engage in some thinking and some mathematics. We have a white boat on the very edge of the frame to the right. In the distance, we have a beach. Some way up the beach, we have a building that has a red roof and a beige grey roof next to it. Okay? We're going to time the ship. We're going to see how long it takes for the ship to cover its own length. We're going to use that greyish beige building, that roof, which is in line with the front of the ship. We're going to use that as the marker. We're going to project a line from the camera to that roof, and we're going to see how long it takes for the ship to cross its own length. Let's watch, and we're going to do this several times. There, oops. Now we'll have to go back a couple of frames. There. You can count if you want, or you can use the marker at the very bottom. It says 2:34, and it started at 2:29. I'm going to go back, look like this. I can tell you it's just under 5 seconds. But we're going to be generous for the globe. You have to do that with retarded people, unfortunately. You have to be generous to them, you know. So, we're going to see 2:29. We're going to look again. It takes just under 5 seconds. We're going to count it as 5 seconds. You might note the mainsail is not deployed. Why not? Because they broke their boom, their main boom. They broke it some days earlier. Just a silly accident is what the captain says. I'm going to play this thing, don't worry. Now, so put that to the side. 22 meters, 5 seconds. Now I'm going to play this, then we'll engage with some math, okay? There's a copyright statement, and it says you're not allowed to play this without permission for paying audiences or for any commercial purpose. Well, this, none of you are paying, and this has no commercial purpose whatsoever. So that's that copyright unbreached. Let's watch it.
A Polish yacht has limped into Hobart after a world-first circumnavigation of Antarctica. The crew of Catharsis II encountered treacherous conditions around the icy continent on a mission to raise awareness about breast cancer. Fiona Blackwood reports. It's the calm after months of storms.
A little bit frustrated because of lack of wind.
A little bit frustrated because of lack of wind. We just saw them do 22 meters in 5 seconds. Let's carry on watching.
But relieved.
Catharsis 2 has been at sea for more than 100 days.
Now, if you pay attention, you'll notice it's only got one little sail. Partially deployed. Okay. We're still going to go with the 22 meters over 5 seconds, but let's carry on watching.
Days. But the final leg of its journey into Hobart was slow going.
Oh, I'm dreaming about cold beer, to be honest.
The 9-person crew from
9-person crew. Good Lord, that looks rather fast. Let's keep watching.
has endured freezing
That looks rather
conditions
fast.
and fierce weather.
That looks rather
during their
fast.
circumnavigation
That looks
of
rather
Antarctica.
fast. That looks rather
is,
fast. That looks well.
Very special
We'll
place
see.
on Earth. Pretty much still unexplored.
It's the first boat to do so under sail south of the 62-degree parallel line, which means the loop has been completed entirely in Antarctic waters.
I think we all were scared of ice. That was the main thing we were afraid of.
Especially at night, which is
That looks rather fast.
the yacht's fitted with military-style infrared cameras to detect icebergs in the dark.
That's right, they don't really need to worry about icebergs because they can see them from rather a large distance and they can just avoid them. But that looks rather fast. In fact, all of the footage of that journey, all of it, apart from the very end, rather fast.
But rogue waves are a different story, and one claimed the ship's boom about a week ago.
Oh, this was just, I would say, a stupid accident.
Stupid
which
accident.
Happens at high seas sometimes.
It's been a journey of survival of a different kind for crew.
Never mind, there's a bit of propaganda now about breast cancer. Oh, breast cancer, everybody go and get your treatment. Let's watch some more rather fast footage.
Contamination has affected the world's most remote waters.
Everyone
Oh, and they were also there for some, climate change propaganda.
about Antarctica as a pristine area, you know. We want to test it.
For now, though, the crew is celebrating the end of a nearly 16,000 nautical mile journey and the completion of a world first.
And that's where you just saw the ship go past the buildings in the background. Okay, without its main mast. Do you see what I mean? This is not going anywhere near its top speed. There's, well, like I said, no winds, very little winds. Well, let's engage in some math. Okay, so 22 meters in 5 seconds. So that's 22 meters in 5 seconds. How many 5-second increments are there in 1 minute? There's 12. Okay, so let's multiply that by 12 to see what distance it covers in 1 minute when going at that not racing speed. That's in 1 minute. Let's multiply that now by 60 to see what it does in 1 hour. That's 9 miles an hour. Not racing with its main mast, sail down. 9 miles an hour when the crew are complaining about no winds. Oh, it's so slow. Did you see? Okay, so 15,840 meters equals 9 miles. Are you staying with me, Globe Believers? Now, the most you can do is argue, well, what's happening is the ship that's recording this is moving. Now, it can be moving in 4 directions. Towards the house in the distance, away from the house in the distance. Those don't count. That wouldn't alter the apparent speed of the ship in front of us. It could be moving in the same direction as the ship, in which case those 22 meters over 5 seconds would turn out to be more than 22 meters, okay, because that baseline would be moving with the ship. or it could be moving the opposite way to the ship. Let's see if we can discern whether the ship that's recording this is moving with the ship, in the same direction as the ship, in an opposite direction, or in no direction at all. Looks like it's not really moving in any direction at all. Are you seeing? It's not really moving in any direction at all. I'm going to paste a link to this in the chat. Knock yourselves out, Globelings. 9 miles an hour, not racing. Now it's average speed. Now that's not racing. You have to now include all of the racing times, all of the going as fast as it possibly can within the conditions. And according to the average of the whole thing, it was 6.7 miles per hour. That's interesting. With no wind, it does 9 miles per hour, but when it's racing, it does 6.7 average. Oh dear. Let me, like I said, paste a link in the chat. Now, those of you who are watching the chat, greetings everybody in the chat, by the way. There you have a link to that video. You can watch and you can do the same that I've just done. Find a marker in the background, determine whether or not the ship that's recording it is moving. Whether it's moving along or moving again, different opposite direction, whatever. Or whether it's a fair enough thing to do. Okay. Now we're going to return here. We're going to look at this track. This track that I marked earlier is the track of the Catharsis II, that ship we were just looking at. I'm going to clear this and I'm going to just come like this. According to them, all of the track was below the 60-second parallel. Okay? So let me see. That's interesting. Let's see. You see this here, this horn is at 62. They can't have gone through that horn, like into it, or navigated around this sliver of land. No, I think they went round the top. That's right, I think they went round the top. Why is that? Oh, you can see all of these things, very shallow waters. No, they wouldn't go there. No, okay. But okay, I'll pretend they did. It's worse for you, Globelings. Okay, I'll pretend that they did. They claimed all of it south, of 62. Okay, so we'll plot it as if all of it was south of, dagnabbit, what's going on with this? As if all of it was south of 62. Okay, I've got it now. Right. According to the globe, all of it south of 62. The heck is going on with the freaking thing? Right, let me start again. The whole of it was 10,180 nautical miles. I have this set to miles. I'm going to keep it all below 62. Okay? And I'm going to keep it as close to 62 to make the circuit as big as possible within the 62 latitude, okay? Because of course if I make the whole race a lot smaller, then then, well, it's not really fair. Oh, it can't go through the island because it can't walk on land. Not like the one that's in Antarctica right now. Okay, so I'm going to go here. We're going to go round. All of this is south of the 62nd parallel. Now, unfortunately for the Globelings, according to them, half of the route was below the 70th parallel. So we'll cover that in a short while. First, we're just doing this south of the 62nd parallel. Okay. And we'll look at what that distance is. Here, I can do it easier this way. And the Globelings, there will be Globelings, I know that there will be Globelings who have played with Google Earth and done things like this and found that it doesn't quite work. 11,000 miles. Oops, wait, let me zoom in. Make it a bit bigger. Right. 11,300 miles. Let's look at nautical miles. Oh dear. They said it was 10,180 nautical miles just around Antarctica. I've just done very close to the widest that they could have done, south of the 62nd latitude. That's the longest. And according to this, it's 9,820. Not 10,180. So now I'm going to clear that and I'm going to start again and I'm going to place half of it south of the 70th. If you look into it, if you do some research, you know, the kind of person who says, but small yachts can't travel very fast. Kind of person who doesn't really do much research. Where's the 70th? Here, okay. You might want to read the reports about the Catharsis II and its journey. Okay, so now I'm doing the circle around Antarctica where all of it is south of 62, of course, and half of it is south of 70. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, and we'll see whether that smaller route, that's to say that shorter route, let's see if that shorter route is actually longer. Because it has to for the Globelings. The shorter route must be longer. You see how this Common Core mathematics works for the Globelings? So, I've veered north of the 70th, of course. Now I'm going to go south. Oh, I can't. No, not enough. We'll catch up on the other side. Okay. Right. Here we can go back into the 70th. Below the 70th. Oh, not much. Oh, not much. Oh, we can catch up some more. Oh, okay. Let's go around here. We can definitely catch up. Okay, so here we're below 70 latitude. Good. We'll go across here and then we'll go north. Very good. Now I wonder if this shorter route will end up to be a longer route. So here. Nautical miles. 9,000 nautical miles. It turns out the shorter route was shorter. You know how the word shorter route implies a shorter route? Well, it turns out it is shorter. It's a shorter route. They did that in 70. Well, now it's handy that I have that video. So, just a second. Let me find the video. Where is it? Here. 70. Well, let's see how many days. Oh, wrong one. Here. 72 days. Okay? Okay. 72 days, 9,000. 72 days. 9,000. Oh, wait. First, I will translate it to miles, just so that everything remains nice and coherent. Let's go to miles. 10,372 miles. Okay, so 10,372. 10,372 divided by 72 days. Oh, what the heck did I just do? 10, sorry about that. 10,372. 372 divided by 72 days, 144. It's already looking bad. Per hour divided by 24, 6 miles an hour. Now do you see why I started off showing you, where is it? How when it's idling, when it's not racing, when it doesn't have all of its sails up, when there is very little wind, it does 9 miles an hour. And somehow whilst it's racing in high winds with all of its canvas out, or at least what canvas is safe to have out, and what safe depends on how strong the wind is, aka how fast you're going too, somehow 6 miles an hour. Now I'm going to show you the solution to this conundrum, Globelings. There is a solution to this conundrum. Let me show you what that solution is. This is the solution. That's right. This is the solution. Now, if I could be bothered to trace again the Cutty Sark, you see, it was going much faster than 6 miles an hour. With 900 tons of weight, 900 tons of goods. Sorry, 690 odd weight. 900 tons. It weighed the whole thing, 900 tons. Great. Faster than a racing yacht made to be just fast without having to carry cargo. Well, if you look at the map and you have any savvy about you, you'll see that from the tip of Cape Town, very bottom of South Africa, to the border between Algiers and Morocco, if you take that to be a baseline of 5,000 miles, you can then just, plot the route of the Cutty Sark to Sydney, and from Sydney round Cape Horn back to London, and see what speed it did there. Clue, faster than what your globe says. But now if you take Fedor Kunyakov and you do his route around Antarctica, you'll see that he was going, faster than what your globe says. If you then take the Catharsis too and have their route being wider still than Fedor Kunyakov's, you'll see that their speed was very fast. More than 30 miles an hour. But more than 30 miles an hour average, it's not really that fast. Some people who don't really sail will try to convince you that sailing it is. For sailing, it's very, very fast. When you say to them, what about these sand sailing buggies that race across the beach? Huh? The winds that are propelling them are way lower than the speed they're doing. They're only propelled by the wind. They're doing 45, 50, 60 miles an hour on the beach. Are you telling me that water causes more drag than sand and wheels? It doesn't quite make sense, does it? This is how you have... Oh, by the way, if you take this map and you plot from Cape Horn to London, according to the route taken by the Cutty Sark, guess what? Approximately 300 miles a day. That's right, just like the captain said. On the globe, no, the captain was wrong by about half. He was doing 170, but he thought he was doing 300. That's how wrong that captain was. The fastest captain to ever sail a cargo ship, an 1800s cargo ship, a clipper, the fastest ever captain was wrong. He was wrong. That's right, because the globe's the truth. See, even when it doesn't quite make sense, because you have things like, well, let me go over it again. Even when it doesn't quite make sense, because you can take this very footage here and using your own brain, see how fast this is going when this footage was taken. This footage was taken when the ship had ended its race. Okay? Watch. In fact, I'll play it with the volume. At some point you'll hear the So, here we go.
1,000 nautical mile journey and the completion of a world first.
There you go. Okay. So, its main mast down. Huh? We just saw it doing 9 miles an hour. But we also saw it doing, well, let's see, where was that footage? These speeds.
During their
Are those speeds faster than what we just saw near Hobart? Yes. Let's see if we have some more footage of the speed. And you can spend hours looking for videos. You'll see videos, including videos telling you 14 knots and things like that. So, okay, I'm sure that's correct, but even that's a problem for the Globelings.
During their
Let me take the audio off. So yeah, footage, all the footage apart from after the race, like right now, all of it very fast. The footage for the camera, which you just saw with the like, oh, that must be going really, really fast. Well, actually, no. I tell you what, I will play the audio again so you can hear them say they're complaining about the low winds.
Raise awareness about breast cancer. Fiona Blackwood reports. It's the calm after months of storms.
A little bit.
After months of storms, what does that mean? After months of high winds, upsy daisies. It's the calm after that. Good. Now, what's the captain saying?
Frustrated because of lack of wind.
A little bit frustrated because of lack of wind. Right to now. You know. But you're doing 9 miles an hour, dude. If you did the whole course at 9 miles an hour, you would have done it faster. Strangely, we have all the footage from on board going way, way faster. Months of storm, way faster. And, wait, let's find some more. In fact, all of the footage, way faster. Apart from a couple of photo opportunities, you know, at Antarctica, here we are at Antarctica. We stopped to go on to Antarctica. Oh, right, so that's not part of the race. No, right, okay, got it. That's not counting as part of the time and the speed. So, here, going very fast. Let me take the audio off. Good Lord, and the Globelings, they can't... When you show them CGI, they think it's real. When you show them real, they think it's wrong. So, I'm going to be taking a break. I'm going to look now into the chat. Hey guys in the chat. I'm going to be taking a break. That's right. I'm going to do things that are going to have a more long-lasting impact. Like, correct the errors in the book. That's the typos and the editing errors. I'm also going to add segments that I excluded, that I took out, which means it's going to be a second edition. And I'm going to send it to the British Library, as you have to by law, and then I'm going to, well, make it available to people. That's right, the second edition. Then I'm going to go to the map, put some more details, make it all great, really cool. And then write the second book, the next book. I've put the fiction to the side for now. I think the serious book is more important for now, anyway. So that's it, folks. That's what you have. You have the Globlings who can't deal with the real world. They can't deal with when in the real world they themselves can check the speed of something and compare it with the speed of that same thing at a point when they can't check its actual speed. Okay, so we could check its actual speed. Well, let me show you. Because of the background. Okay, look. Here, we could check its speed with the background. Remember that house back then with the red roof there. Okay, we could check the speed. Very good. Checking the speed, very good. We can see how it's moving. We've heard they're frustrated because of the low wind. But despite being frustrated because of the low wind and being able to see how it's moving, we can still establish it's moving at 9 miles per hour. Now, when we compare this 9 miles per hour with when it's traveling, well, here, where you don't have something you can compare it to, but unless you're a very broken person, you can discern that it's going faster than here. Okay. When you look at the 45 and 50 knot winds in which they were traveling when this kind of stuff was going on, you can determine that they were going, well, faster than 9 miles an hour. And with that, you have all you need. Now, Globlings, if you can't deal with that, that's a you problem. See what I did? That's what I've called this hangout. With that, folks, I'm just going to go into the chat, say a kind farewell to folks. And then, I have an idea. Those of you who are on Instagram, who have the Book of the Sun, why don't you take a photo of the Book of the Sun and put it on your Instagram page or as an Instagram thing, so people can share it, you can share it, other people can share it, but also because, well, you might have read it and thought, I wouldn't mind my money back, in which case somebody might want to buy it from you. I don't know. I'm just saying that might be the case. You might think, well, what's important is the info, so I'm going to photocopy it for myself, and then I'm going to sell the book. I'm not going to sell the photocopies, that's copyright, but you know, do you know what I mean? You could, I mean, it's your book. I'm just saying, there are people out there who want a copy, who don't have a copy. I think it would be really cool if all the people on Instagram who have the book took a photo and put it out there. It might get people going, what is this Book of the Sun? Why are all these flatties going on about this Book of the Sun? That's right. So, with that, I'm going to go bid you all... Oh, sorry, I didn't realise it wasn't scrolling. I'm going to bid you all a good night. Oh, I have Madame Medusa. I think we should at least get a Halloween special. Oh, dagnabbit. You might get... Yeah, okay. You'll get a Halloween special. But then I will go back. Go back into my little hole from where I plot and draw. Plot, you know, like plotting on a map. Yes, not plotting the downfall of, say, you know, scumbaggy flat earthers. No, they're falling on their own. Oh dear. Right, so, folks, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for just hanging out. Thanks for actually having your eyes open. Oh, I see a couple of people without wrenches. And I will come back, well, for Halloween, and I will also come back when I'm ready. So, yes and yes. As we see, no notifications, yes. Google and YouTube, well, they're still having a bit of a problem. But hey, it's a war, guys. You know, part of the reason I don't complain and throw hissy fits about the tactics used by our opponents, it's because it's a war. It would be a little bit like this. Look, you're in a war and you're on the top of the hill, and there's infantry and archers and cavalry and all kinds. And the opposing army has the same, but a lot more of them, right? And their archers take a load of shots, and they get a whole bunch of our archers. And moaning about their tactics is a bit like shaking your fist in the air going, look at them, getting all our archers, it's not fair. Like, it's war. It's war. No, sit there shaking your face about the dirty tactics. Of course they're going to use dirty tactics. They're desperate. Instead, maybe do something like be calm and, well, if there are people on your team shaking their fist, they can carry on shaking their fist. That's okay. You can go and carry on digging a tunnel. That's right, just carry on digging a tunnel. Okay, folks, and with that cryptic little thing, I'm going to leave you. Thank you very much. I will see you all later. I'm kind of going to miss you, but I'm going to resist looking on YouTube and seeing what's going on. I will catch up afterwards. I'm also going to resist Skype, although it's a lot more difficult to resist. But yes, I'm going to do like I did last time. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your time. I hope you all stay well. Last thought, if any of you are really good with cameras and really good with math, like maybe J. Toller Media, if somebody could take this to J. Toller Media, he'd be perfect for this. If we can record a ship over the oceans, very far away, near the horizon, moving horizontally, so across the horizon, with a P900 that gives enough clarity to see the actual length of the ship, of the plane, sorry, and this is planes. If we can record a plane flying across, we can do the same as I just did with the ship. You can see how long it takes for the plane to cover its own length and see how fast it's actually going. Okay, folks, thanks for your time.